what makes this exciting is also blatant, just like little blatant stuff, right? Because when it's blatant, oh my gosh, dude, you are like, stop creeping me out, that kind of thing. Because like you notice you have this right here, okay? See how you have that right there? But looking over here, see like how that line is? I told you there's this thing behind this line. Well, Pikmin 4, right? Yeah. Pikmin 4. There's always also there's a drive for like, to find something new. But there's a where the crap was this too? Like I thought even like the spot that they put this, it's hilarious how they use this right here is using what I like to call, it's not like, not gonna be 100%, but what they're using is they're using the power of stupidity so they can like show something that they want to show, right? And that's kind of why you have like this thing next to it too. See how these things are like next to this, but also the hardest thing is breaking this thing down sometimes too, because like this, see, I've shown you this before, right? This little thing, I've shown you that pattern. But if you notice this pattern right here, of course, you should get the idea of what this is. I've shown you this a lot. And it's kind of creepy me showing you this a lot, honestly. Every time I show you, like, that's what's cool is that you're just, like, looking at this and you're like, oh, my gosh, dude. He's showing us stuff, I'm showing you stuff, Like but, like, look how this does, like, a reverse. See how that's reversed twice? Using diagonal, we have a reverse. It's like two floating bodies, two bodies floating in the sky kind of thing. There's a, and I think it's crazy how it just keeps showing this pattern. See this pattern? It shows this pattern repetitive. The transgender community would know everything about this, but they keep showing it again and again and again. Notice how we have like a whole no head thing going on here too. This is like no head stuff. And this is right here, right next to the no head. Smirks were crazy. I was trying to make smirks understandable because smirks will keep showing it again and again, And like, look at this. It's like this part's crazy too, because we do the rub just to catch you up. Rub, right? But the desolation theory is always something I'm paying attention to. Desolation theory. So what is desolation? Well, desolation is like a nightmare. It's kind of like a scary nightmare. And like ripped clothing is another thing that people like a lot, but like the reason behind liking something of ripped clothing is desolation, It's the idea behind desolation. I also find this thing crazy right here. See, this thing is confusing because it's having kind of like a cage. See how it's having like a cage thing like that? That's why I'm always like, they don't like going to 100% because they also have like this drive, right? And the drive behind it is that they have like maybe the same thing, right? But they make it different. They make it different again, They use different colors, textures, shapes, whatever. And I can't believe even seeing just visually, visually seeing this. This is very amazing just to even see this visually. Because there's the idea behind it. And I think like yawning is good, by the way. Yawning is when I'm just like, like traumatized a little bit. The original concept that happened, okay, so there was these content and ideas to Shin Megami Tensei, and it was Shin Megami Tensei 5. Of course, we got the the V for 5, the V5 thing. the 6v5 6 all kinds of things 5-6 right or 6-5. I told you later we'd get back to like 6-5 and 5-6. But okay, so they have a boss battle, and the boss battle they have was very scary and was actually done really good. They wanted to use a different kind of voice acting. They wanted to use a more like human voice acting for it, and that's why like people were like confused by the energy of it. See the energy. That's why like you have to be patient on being critical about things. Like there are people like trying to listen to the Persona Tactica soundtrack and listen to another song, but you have to wait until you see the vibe, until you see the energy of that. Because I take breaks too, because I take breaks from this because like there's a simple little example, you know. I like this too. I like this little thing right here. Notice how it's fidgeting, kind of like it's giving you a hint. That's where all the Princess Peach stuff goes behind. But it's the okay. So the spot, right? The spot of it is that okay, when they made Devil Survivor, and if you go back and you re-listen to Devil Survivor, you'll feel like you're going crazy. You can like watch this female YouTuber. You could even see her losing her mind, which is kind of crazy. Like she's losing her mind, like an actual human, not just me. Another human is watching Devil Survivor, and they just can't believe what's going on. Well, also, I mentioned because it could come off like to a topic like you don't know if it's boring or not, kind of thing. But like Spyro, but Spyro, we all love Spyro. No, I love Spyro. I love Spyro. I love Spyro. The spot that makes it unsettling is that Devil Survivor. Okay. There was a tech demo to Devil Survivor. It's a very controversial tech demo to Devil Survivor, and I loved that demo. I never forgot that demo, and the reason I never forgot that demo is because one, the game would not be finished. Okay, so they wouldn't finish the game. But when I played that tech demo, it was disturbing. It was very disturbing. It was like a game like it showed you how scary they can make a tutorial of a game. Okay, so they could like take a tutorial of the game and then add something creepy in it, and there was all kinds of things that went around it because there was like, you know, cut characters from Devil Survivor. See, and if you've actually paid attention to Devil Survivor, a lot of people have paid attention to Devil Survivor, but in case you've kind of fallen behind, you know, Devil Survivor was introducing demi-kid characters, you know, so demi-kid characters were coming into the universe of Devil Survivor, okay? So the whole drive behind Tactica is that that they've worked really hard on this project too, by the way. This project, that's kind of why I want to pay attention to Tactica, because Tactica has like, there's going to be the thing, there's even this right here, but there's going to be the thing of did it pay attention? Okay, is Persona Tactica, from what I've seen so far, okay, and this was actually got my interest in actually trying to play the game, you know, and enjoy the game and everything, is it going to, and from what the looks of it looks like it's going to actually do this. It looks like it's good. How many times we've seen Skip too, by the way, you know, just like I've shown you this in the past, like you know, like a free, like jumping, kind of like a running, jumping, very creepy. That is very good. It is very good. It is very creepy when you keep seeing it again and again too, because if you see like happy jumping, kind of like jumping, skipping, think about also that Famito is making a game and it looks very happy and uplifting, you know, if you watch that. I would watch that. That's kind of like why it's been hard for me also to be critical towards things, because you know when like you get that energy of happiness, like happiness, joy, that's in a product, but then you're like confused. You're like, I don't get the happiness and joyness in the game. That's what makes the game. That's what's making these games so beautiful. they are slowly showing something that's going to be very, very, very mean. Just very, very, very mean. It's only up to them when they want to show it, you know, because when you see it, it will not get out of your head. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's gonna be happy. It's gonna be good, and you've had examples of that. You know, you've had little examples of that. Like, let's say you're playing Final Fantasy 8 or 6. If you're playing Final Fantasy 6 or 8, and I like to go with the Final Fantasy 8 because the whole entire world is like, it's like a whole dystopia kind of world. See how many times we've seen this, man. When my brain gets clicking, we've seen that. We've been starting to get on this too. See, I've been getting on this one too. But the idea behind the project, I think the original idea behind the project, okay. So it's very confusing, but I think the whole idea was behind it was when they Atlas wanted to make a group of characters, but it's really hard to outdo the group of characters of Soul Hackers, like the original Soul Hackers group of characters, or do like the previous Shin Megami Tensei stuff. So they're trying to make kind of like a cast. They're trying to make a cast that's gonna creep you out, dude. They're really working hard to make that feel, but to make like a creepy project like that, it takes years. That's why you get kind of like when you're playing Nocturne and you're at the ending of Nocturne, you get a glimpse of what they're trying to work on. So when they put this boss battle that was in Shin Megami Tensei 5, when they put that in there, now Ishtar should have been enough to scare people, and Jack Frost, those should have scared people, but like the boss, they were confused by the boss, but believe it or not, you're not supposed to like look at it, and you're not supposed to have a certain feeling to it. You're not supposed to like look at it and be like, oh, I know what this is. That's that's kind of the energy that they've carried with that. So I've been patient many times. Okay, I've been patient many times just by that. That is why. Look at all that talking I did. That is exactly why I'm just like, oh my gosh, this creepy stuff is coming. It's coming.